guess I would look at myself as a pretty conservative individual and not looking for limelight, not looking for the spotlight, not looking to be the center of attention, but being an important cog in the success of whatever I'm involved in.
Ron Graham's steady path to success at the University of Denver began 44 years ago. Even as a shy 19-year-old, he had big ideas.
I had a good sense of who I was and knew what I wanted and where I wanted to go.
Where Grahame wanted to go was to the top. The young Canadian hockey phenom was lured to DU's old ice rink with the promise of a top-notch college education and the chance to help establish the Division I Pioneers as a national force.
Murray Armstrong came and saw me play in British Columbia, Alberta provincial playoffs in junior hockey and wrote me a letter and said, I have a full scholarship for you. Would you like to come to the University of Denver?
As one of the first DU athletes to be allowed to play varsity as a freshman, Ron was a true pioneer. In 4 years, the premier goalie led the University of Denver to the NCAA tournament 3 times, including the final game as a senior. That year, Grahame represented DU as an All-American. His school records for most saves at 3,565 and for most career wins by a goalie still stand.
Playing was a joy. Playing for Murray Armstrong was just a wonderful experience.
Off the rink, DU played Cupid when Grahame first laid eyes on the love of his life. A pretty co-ed fresh out of Cherry Creek High, Charlotte was working her way through school in the phys ed building.
I would walk by the PE department every day and Charlotte saw me and I saw her and it took me 7 months to say hello.
Ron and Charlotte were married and he left the University of Denver for a whirlwind career in the pros, including with the Boston Bruins. Little did Ron know, his best years with the University of Denver were ahead of him.
After being able to play professionally, I found my calling as far as the administrative side of things and working with student athletes and working with coaches.
Ron is outstanding. He is a great administrator. He's a better person than he was an athlete. And he was an All-American, so we're talking top notch.
I kind of look at him as, a little bit of a father figure, a little bit of a boss.
As Assistant Vice Chancellor and Senior Associate Athletic Director, Ron supervises 17 varsity sports with focus on keeping athletes in line academically. In return, Grahame makes it a point to know who is playing for him.
We'll talk when he's on the road. He knows my starting lineup. He knows the names of all of our players. He knows the years.
I had known of Ron in really the NCAA circles, and when I was fortunate enough to come here to the University of Denver as the athletic director, it was obvious that Ron played an integral part and had really been the glue for our division that had kept us together.
Thanks for coming. We've got a couple things to do today relative to the division.
Years of hard work has meant long hours in the office, on the road, and facilitating meetings like this recent gathering of coaches and fellow administrators.
Be tough, but fair.
Ron represents the university on many national conference committees and participates in the Ami Hyde interview program. He played a pivotal role in bringing all of the University of Denver sports to the Division I level, even though he originally fought the idea.
I thought it was maybe more than what we could really do. I was proved wrong. We made it work, and I think we made it work because of the people that were here.
And I think that's the beauty of him. He just is really behind the scenes and doesn't take credit, for a lot of things that other coaches have accomplished and things within the athletic department that have been done and that have gotten done.
The Grahame's 2 sons, Jason and John, are also part of the DU family. Jason was a defenseman for the Pioneers. When his son John signed on with the Boston Bruins, he made history. Ron and John became one of only 2 father and son goalie tandems to play for the same NHL team. Grahame is proud of the roles he's played as a father, a student athlete, a coach, an administrator, and as a husband.
I've made a couple of really good choices. One of them obviously was to come to the University of Denver and be a part of the University of Denver. The second, probably the best choice I ever made in my life was to ask Charlotte to marry me. I want to recognize who she is and what she's done for me, because it's just off the chart.
When Nancy and I talked about this award, there was no one more deserving than Ron. And so, honest to God, he's so stinking humble. He is so humble.
I'm humbled by the award and really, I think, somewhat surprised by it, but very appreciative.
The appreciation is mutual. The University of Denver and the Office of Alumni Relations is proud to present Ron Grahame with the 2013 Distinguished Service to the University Award.